Hello everyone, it is Angela the Oracle here, and this message is I hope pretty quick, but very direct. This is like a pretty direct message, you know? Basically, everyone was not meant to see your vision. And I know that might be stereotypical or like sound cliche for some, but hear me out. Everyone was not meant to see your vision. Clearly, if they were, then all of the people you met along your journey would be in alignment, correct? Right. But what made me like really kind of pick this up is last week or a few days ago, me and my friend, me and like my sister, we like this. We were talking, and she has a cousin. Her and her cousin was talking, and you know what I'm saying. Her and her cousin was talking, and she was telling me about, why do I feel like I'm so close? I can just pull this back a little bit. She was telling me that, this is her vision of something. This is her goal. This is how she's gonna get there. I'm sorry, I ain't got no nails on, but like, this is how she's gonna get. Like, she had a game plan that me and her talked about like probably 2 weeks ago, and it was like a solid game plan. I was like, babes, that sounds amazing. You get what I'm saying? It's her vision, and I may have made a couple of suggestions, but even then, this is your vision. This is what you want to do, and it sounds amazing, and it sounds fitting for your life. And then she goes, the other day, she's like, yeah, well, I spoke to so-and-so, and she's like, well, maybe I should do it this way, or maybe I should consider these things, or maybe I'm like, but you already had a way. And like, you already had those things considered. You already had a game plan. So why are you coming in and letting someone else dictate what you already knew you had going on? And not even to say dictate like, oh, she's going to do what said cousin is saying or whatever. But then I had to think about it in my own reality. I was like, you always be loving to give advice to people and then don't be thinking about the advice for yourself, because who is anybody? 2:57 as I look up on my timer. Y'all know 5-7 been my. Who is anyone to come into my life and dictate a vision that I envisioned for myself? And I reflected over my life. Well, this is what I've been reflecting over my life for the past God knows how long anyway. But like, I had to really go back and pinpoint the times, 333 on the timer. I had to go back and pinpoint where I was in control of my life, where I actually was dictating what was happening. And it wasn't that much of my life. Like, a lot of the decisions that I have made throughout my life have been based on an opinion that someone else had. Or like, how will this person feel? Or, I don't want to make this mistake because this happened over this way and this how they said that it was going to go. Like, you don't know how anything is going to go, because you might not have done it in the way that they did it, or you might not have thunk of it in the way that they thunk of it. Or, you get what I'm saying? I hope that that's making sense. It was so, first of all, let's back this up a little bit. 444 on the timer. Let's back this up. The fact that I was able to, one, recognize that someone else was not speaking, I don't even want to say speaking ill will or like trying to take charge of someone else's identity, but the fact that I was able to identify what was happening over her life in that moment, and then take it and really break it down, and like I said, just apply it to my own life, that then like sent me into a like spiral. I don't want to say spiral. One, let's start here. I wrote a little bit down. Past, present, and future, for one. I had to really sit, like I just said, and think about my past. It clicked for me that people could not see my vision, so they did not understand me. Oh, wow. I think that's an even deeper layer. Oh, wow. That's an even deeper layer. If you can't see my vision, how can you genuinely understand me or claim that you understand me? And then let's get a little bit deeper into that. If I can't clearly see my vision because I'm listening to all of the outside forces, if I can't see my vision, how will I understand me? Late bloomer, I've been hearing that term a lot lately from my spirit guides, from my spirit team, and the messages that I gather. And I completely agree with the fact that I am a late bloomer on a lot of things. Like, there are some things where I'm very sufficient in. You get me? Very sufficient. But then there are other things where I'm like, I be feeling like I don't know and it's really because of the experiences, the life experiences that I've had. But there's still, like, I'm almost at my big age of 30. We ain't quite there yet, but I'm almost at my big age of 30. And I'm like, there are still things that I'm learning where I feel like I probably should have known them already. But because of past choices, life, whatever, we're here now. It's fine. We're here now. But late bloomer, like I said, because of all of the outside forces. Now that I understand that I have a vision, a clear vision, I think the reason that resonated, again, just listening to another message. Oh, who was that? Let me go back, because actually this is someone new that I have been watching, and she is absolutely amazing. Aries Bentley 575. As I'm looking, 575 is crazy because that's not even it was 757. So 757 has been one of my 808 as I look at the timer, but 757 has been. Why did I say 575? Maybe that's significant for somebody, but not me being a little dyslexic. Lord have mercy, fix it. Yes, Aries Bentley, she said something along the lines of, oh, dang it. If I wouldn't have tried to think about it, it'll come back to me. But anyway, basically, okay, we talked about past. Right now, as far as your vision, you have been seeing this vision, but your vision is stuck with you. I can't remember which video I watched, but she's saying that you're stepping into your purpose. You keep having this same vision because that's where you are meant to be. It doesn't matter how you get there. It doesn't matter how long it takes. There is something that's been stuck in your mind for years, and it's been evolving. I'm hearing it's been evolving. I don't know if it's a business plan. I don't know if it's an idea. I don't know if it's something that but I know that there are going to be contracts involved. There are going to be patents involved. There are going to be all hands on deck. I'm hearing there are going to be it's just going to be a movement. You are a movement. I know this is getting sidetracked a little bit, but you are a movement on your own, which is why the visions are so important, because you need to stop letting outside forces, and you need to stop letting other people attack your visions. Maybe stop sharing. You're already a private person, But maybe certain things that you told certain people where you 10 on the dot, it was 0001000. But there are things that you might have been telling certain people that you had to assess, 1010, that you may have had to assess. You know what I'm saying? And so now you understand what you can and cannot share with those people, right? Because everybody don't have your vision. I was going to save it, but no, let me say it before I forget, because y'all know my ADHD going to get me. But also, what I just said, with people like, find it. When you tell people your vision and they don't see it, sometimes they don't see it. Sometimes they do see it. 1101 as I'm saying it, so 1101. But, and it's 10:57 on like real time. Okay, cool. When you are so visual, if you are giving somebody something, even those who are, even if you're not giving such full description, your aura creates a sense of telepathy that those who are in tune with you feel off of you automatically. But for the ones who are, we also have to remember that spirituality, they're not just good spirits, baby. Okay? There are also evil spirits. 1144, as I looked at the timer, there are also evil spirits. There are also evil entities. There are also envious, jealous, green entities that may attach themselves to flesh, if you get what I'm saying. So even with that being said, even though somebody may not be on the same frequency as you, they might still be a spiritual being enough to understand that when you are giving them that vision, they are also visualizing with you. But when they're visualizing what you're visualizing, they are visualizing shooting it down. 1222 as I looked at the timer. 222. Balance. Cut them people out, or at least cut off the conversation of what's going on with you. 1, 2, 3, 4 as I looked up. Okay? Because even in astro world, because I said this is, I don't want to say dedicated, but this is very much sort of guided towards my daydreamers. Because what is a vision? Oh, I looked that up too. What is a vision? There are different definitions, of course. We can talk about, it says, 1, the faculty or state of being able to see, which is our physical, right? Because there's layers to this shit, right? So that's our physical. And then it says the ability to think, this is the second definition, the ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom. With imagination or wisdom. Now, why is that? Imagination or wisdom. You would think that off bat, well, I would think 333 as I look up 1333. Off bat, those two words side by side. But when you think about it, imagination and wisdom both come from an astroprojective realm. I hope I said that in a way that made sense. Of course, imagination. Okay? But also, what is wisdom? Some people have wisdom and they ain't been here but a hot buck in a second. Some children have ingrained wisdom. Why? Because it's coming from the astral. It's coming from source. It's coming from somewhere else. It's not tangible. Okay. All right. What I said, vision, physical, and vision, that's, I guess you would call that mental. The third definition, an experience of seeing someone or something in a dream or a trance. My bad. An experience. I gotta sneeze. Why my nose starting to do that? Hold on. Why? Ooh, somebody don't want you to hear this. Okay, cool. You gonna get it though. An experience of seeing someone or something in a dream or trance as a supernatural apparition. Okay, boom. So now it went from physical to mental to more of like a metaphysical to more of like the spiritual. This is spiritual, supernatural. Dream state, trance. This is where we at. We in the 3D. Okay. The third dimension. No, we're past that. We're past that. We're like in the 5th dimension at this point. Sorry, I thought somebody was coming. But okay. So again, when you might be currently, we've talked about past, we've talked about present. Currently, if you are giving somebody your visions 15:55 as I'm looking at the timer, 5:55, they better be in alignment. Point blank period. Okay? What did I say? As daydreamers, we are getting a handle on our visions. Okay, boom. This is where we was going with this. Past, people couldn't see your visions. You could hardly see your vision. You know that you had a vision that you would have, and it has grown in multitude over time. It has expanded over time because you have been expanding over time. So the downloads have been coming as they should. But you are now in a period of understanding. You have the knowledge and the tools that you need. You have the knowledge and the tools that you need. Also, what I said, getting a handle on your powers, your spiritual powers. You have the tools that you need in order to procreate. That's a good word. In order to procreate the life that you now want to live, the life that you've been entering into over the past, I'm going to say, I don't even want to say year, the past 7 to 9 months. Something has taken place where you pretty much had to giddy up and get on board. You get what I'm saying? And it like puts you in this fast-tracked spiritual, like, I don't want to say race. It puts you on this like fast-paced spiritual course, basically, the past 7 to 9 months, right? And it has increased your spiritual abilities as a daydreamer, as a visionary, as imaginative, as a creative, as source, as God, as empress, as key. You get me? Okay? So, now we're getting into the future. Like I said, with these visions, because you now know what you're honing in on, you now know what you're zoned into because it's here. It's at the forefront of your mind. And and it's so big. It's so grand. It's so grand, which is why for a long time you thought it was intangible. 1818. You thought for a long time that this vision was intangible, or not that it was intangible. You knew that you could do it. You just didn't know to what capacity. But now that you understand how to bring your visions, your dreams, your thoughts, what you want to happen for your world, for your universe, now that you know how to bring that into fruition, it's tangible. It might not be this year, it might not be next year, but it's so close. You can taste it, you can feel it, you can see it. It is tangible. Like, where you didn't know where to start for certain plans for this vision you have, you know now where to start. What questions you didn't know what to ask before, I hope I'm saying this right, you now know what questions to ask to get you further to where you want to be. When it comes to your visions, this is for your future, present, and future. When it comes to the visions that you have now, aligning with those who either have the same vision or similar journeys and goals who can help you achieve your vision, and vice versa. You get what I'm saying? So you either need to be, you either only need to tell your visions to people who are aligned with your vision. Like, you know how to gauge that. You come thus far. If you here on this right now, you know how to gauge that. You know how to tell whether somebody or not is going to be in alignment with what you have going on. And it might not be the grand scheme of the vision that we're talking about. It might just be on a lower scheme of things, because you got to take baby steps to get to where you're going. God, Spirit, thank you for all of this, because I swear I didn't. Half of this came out of pure me, a pure source, pure God, because I only wrote down a few things. But you currently need to be aligning with people who have your vision, or same vicinity. Okay, same vicinity. Things can be tweaked because we like to tweak things. Things be happening, you know what I'm saying? But like, either they need to have the same vision, or they need to have a similar journey with similar goals, who can help you achieve your goals to get to your vision, and you as the vessel who is a helper, who is source, who is a healer, are going to do the same on their path. You get what I'm saying? Because don't nothing come for free, and you know that. But you, also the Empress, also the Emperor, also the Almighty, understand that you have gone through things, and sometimes some things are just coming back in karma at this point. Maybe I need to say that too. Some things are coming back as karma for you in the best way. You need to learn how to accept it. You need to learn how to accept it. Say thank you and move on. Be appreciative and move on. Some things you don't have to counteract. Some things you don't have to give back to, because you've already given into universe so much. You have already given into creation so much. You've already the things that you naturally do, the things that you naturally embody, is your payment. That's how grand you are. The things that you naturally do, the things that you naturally embody, that's what people paying you for. That's what people are. Damn, why did I hear kissing your feet for? 2226, and then it was 2227. And 227 is one of my angel numbers. But heavy on the balanced energy. Heavy on the maybe cups energy. But that's tea, and that's for another message, because I got some tea on that too. But back to what I was saying in the beginning. Again, everyone was not meant to see your vision. 2255 was I looked up. Everyone was not meant to see your vision. Okay? You need to hold that thing near and dear to your heart, like it was your last teardrop, baby. I don't know. You need to hold that vision, and you need to focus. Daydreamers, I don't know why I got this message last night. Well, I know why I got the message, because I need to follow through on it. Focus. Because you weren't just a daydreamer. You used to dream. And I know sometimes it's hard for us to dream, or sometimes it's hard for us to be able to interpret our dreams, because we daydream so much. That comes from trauma. That's a trauma response in some cases, a lot of cases. But I think being intentional about going into your dreams, I know that might sound crazy. Be intentional when you go to sleep about going into your dreams, okay? And I think I'm gonna touch base on that somewhere as well. Yeah. All right. Thank you. This is Angelia the Oracle. Please, like I said, everything is tangible. Everything that you have ever thunk, 2424 on the timer. Everything that you could have ever thunk of. Everything that you could have ever done, everything that you could have ever imagined, you can do it. It's tangible. It's here, actually. Like, you're working towards the goal every day. Okay? All right. over and out, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.